Namaskar. I'm Dr. Nalini Avinash Vakmare, working as Associate Professor at the Maharashtra Vidyapith. Today's our topic is related to philosopher Hegel's philosophy of history, his opinion about history and his writings and its thoughts, books which is relevant to history. George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel was a German philosopher and a major figure in the tradition of German idealism. His influence of Western philosophy extends across a wide range of topics related to from metaphysical issues in epistemology and anthropology to political philosophy to the philosophy of art and religion. Then we study the early life of Hegel. Hegel was born in 1778 at Stuttgart near Berlin in a middle class family. His father was a revenue officer. From his mother, he learned early Latin and therefore he went to a grammar school where, even as a young school, from classical authors, newspapers, and above all from the works of eminent authors and scholars on morals. He got higher education at Tübingen University from where in 1790 and he got his PhD degree as well. In 1880, he was appointed to the chair of philosophy at Hindenburg, on which position he continued till his death in 1839, when he dies of cholera in November of that year. His work, The Phenomenology of Mind, The Science of Logic, Encyclopedia of Philosophy, Philosophy of Right. It was this last mentioned work which brought him name in the field of philosophy. Then philosophy of history, Hegel's definition. Hegel used it to mean universal history. Hegel is one of the greatest thinkers of the modern world whose philosophical system influenced the development of existentialism, Marxism, positivism, and analytical philosophy. The culmination of historical movement, which began in 1784 with Herder, came with Hegel, whose lectures on the philosophy of history were first delivered in 1822 to 23. Anyone who reads his philosophy of history by itself cannot but think it a profoundly original and revolutionary work, wherein history for the first time steps out full grown in the stage of philosophical thought. Then philosophy of history, he proposed a new kind of history to be called the philosophy of history, the proposal and the terminology being as well as voluntary. But the philosophy of history is for him not a philosophical reflection of history, but history itself raised to higher power and became philosophical as distinct from merely empirical, that is, history not merely esteemed so as much fact but understood of by apprehending the reasons why the facts happened as they did. This philosophical uh, history will be a universal history of mankind and will exhibit progress from primitive times to the civilization of today. Historians knows nothing of future history, culminates not in a future utopia, but in the actual present. Philosophical history exhibits no merely human process, but a cosmic a process in which the world comes to realize itself in self-consciousness as spirit. His distinctive features. Hegel refused to approach history by way of nature. He insists that nature and history are different things. Each a process of cognitions of process, but the process of nature or not the historical nature has no history. The process of nature or clinical, cyclical nature goes round and round, and nothing is constructed or built up by the repetition of such revolutions. Nature is a system of higher and lower organisms. The higher depend on the lower. Logically, the higher organisms are posted to the lower, but not temporarily. Hegel flatly denies the revolutionary theory which makes the higher develop in time out of the lower, asserting that people who believe this are mistaking a logical succession for a temporal one. History, on the contrary, never repeats itself. Its movements travel not in circles but in spirals. and apparent repetitions are always life associated by having every new war is in some ways a new kind of war. Moving to the lessons learned by human beings in the last one. He was of the opinion that the real moving force after every historical process is the labor of man in society. He was the main originator of process thought, who stressed that the historians and the sociologists should look upon history as a process in which at every moment something fresh and new is created. According to him, the entire human history is a constant process through which making perpetual moral and spiritual progress. Actually, history is a plot and task of historian is to discover it. Dr. Sheikh Bishek Ali mentioned Hegel's attitude is based on the faith that history is the carrying out of God's purpose and that the advancement of knowledge has reached the point where man can discern what the purpose is. The purpose is question is the gradual realization of human freedom. His views about man's mind. He starts with the presumption that man has consciousness which results and gives birth to rational will, which in turn lies at the root of all human history. History is based on rational will, which produces religion and philosophy. Spirit is God, which means absolute truth. For him, a thought is nothing else, but spirit, the latter, is pure activity. The result of all these activities is history. His concept of synthesis. He believed in idealism and realism at the same time and stressed on logic, nature, and mind for the development of dialectical system. The theory of this dialectical system based on thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. He was of the view that all thinking process should be based on this pattern. In the beginning, there is positive thesis, which is negative by its antithesis, and produce synthesis. Culture is the outcome of this process. His views about religion and state. According to him, historically, it can be established that religion is a continuous development, and this process is bound to continue. Historically, Hegel believes that state is originator of cultural life and that each nation state has always tried to become absolute. For him, war is even spiritually good. His view about unit of history. Hegel was opinion that history should concern itself with larger units, not with individuals, and for him, such a unit can either be a state or the peoples. He also believes that each unit has its own characteristics which are reflected through its socio-economic and political system on the one hand and customs, convention, etc. on the other. In historical process, each unit makes its own contribution as well. Then Hegel's his idealistic theory. Hegel has also given us idealistic theory which has stressed that final cause of an event is ideal, which each society fixes for itself to achieve. It is this ideal which determines the conduct of a society. Religion everywhere has influenced fixing of ideals, which in turn have proved motive force. Judaism typifies duty, Confucianism stands for order, Islam for justice, Christianity for love, Buddhism for patience, and Hinduism for tolerance. Their ideals was their prime symbol and the guiding spirit which had given them extent. Then his views about reason. Historical process is reason. What Hegel means by it is that everything which happens in history happens by the will of man. For the historical process consists of human actions, and the will of man is nothing but man's thought expressing itself outwardly in action. The reality is always a man who is both rational and passionate, never purely one or the other. His passions being those of a rational being, and his thoughts those of a passionate being. And further, without passion, these are the reason and no action. The reason whose plans are executed in history is for Hegel neither an abstract natural reason nor a transcendent divine reason, but human reason, the reason of finite persons. And the relation which he asserted between reason and passion is not a relation between God or nature, as rational and man as passionate, but a relation between human reason and human passion. So here is one video I mentioned, you can refer for it. Then his views about logic. Since all history is a history of thought and exhibits the self-development of reason, the historical process is at bottom of a logical process. Historical transitions are, so to speak, logical transitions, set out on a time scale. History is nothing but a kind of logic where the relation of logical priority and posterity is not so much replaced as enriched or consolidated by becoming a relation of temporal priority and prosperity. History is, in his view, consists of empirical events which were the outward expression thought and the thoughts behind the events, not the events themselves formed a chain of logical connected concept. When you when you only look at the events and not the thoughts behind them, you see no necessary connection at all. But the history consists of actions, and actions have an inside and outside. On the outside, they are mere events related in space and time, but not otherwise. On the inside, they are thoughts bound to each other by logical connections. So, assessment of his work, we can say that with his philosophy of history, he has set precedents for others to follow. He has always stressed that for studying present, study of past was very necessary. Because his philosophy he brought to a new way in the philosophy of history during 19th century. His idea of process thought was a new one in which he said that something new is always being created by history. This made the historian think in terms of studying actions and reactions of historical events. Dialect, which is pilot of his philosophy, also provided basis for subsequent historical studies. But all those theories, whether Marxism, positivism, historicism, or existentialism, all found the material form from the Hegelian shop. He always says that for studying present, study of past was very necessary. For this purpose, you can refer more books related to B. Kali, History, Its Theory and Method, E.H. Carr, What is History, Pulling Idea of History, then Elton, Practice of History, and other books. So here we briefly introduce Hegel, his views on logic, history, and philosophy of history, some of his books, and his writing style. So for more, you can refer these books. Thank you.